We begin once again out west, where tensions are running high and a couple of narratives are playing out here at the same time.
Yeah, and a curfew is now in place in downtown Los Angeles after those clashes between protesters and law enforcement. Mayor Karen Bass ordered the curfew last night, saying it will, quote, stop bad actors who are taking advantage of the president's chaotic escalation. Mayor Bass says she expects the curfew to be in place for several days. There have been hundreds of arrests since Friday. It all comes as the Trump administration has activated 700 Marines and 4,000 members of the National Guard there in L.A. The troops have been helping federal immigration agents carry out raids across the country, a move that is expected to cost about $134 million for 60 days of operations. California has filed a lawsuit seeking to block the Trump administration from activating those troops. A federal judge is set to hear that case tomorrow. Meanwhile, Governor Newsom slammed President Trump in a formal address last night, as we heard a minute ago, criticizing the president for federalizing the National Guard and deploying Marines to L.A. and accusing him of fanning the flames of the protests. Newsom also described Trump's actions as an assault on democracy while issuing a warning to other states.
Donald Trump, without consulting California law enforcement leaders, commandeered 2,000 of our state's National Guard members to deploy on our streets illegally and for no reason. This brazen abuse of power by a sitting president inflamed a combustible situation, putting our people, our officers, and even our National Guard at risk. That's when the downward spiral began. He doubled down on his dangerous National Guard deployment by fanning the flames even harder. And the president, he did it on purpose. This isn't just about protests here in Los Angeles. When Donald Trump sought blanket authority to commandeer the National Guard, he made that order apply to every state in this nation. This is about all of us. This is about you. California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next. Democracy is next. Democracy is under assault before our eyes. This moment we have feared has arrived.
Joining us now from Los Angeles is NBC News correspondent Camila Bernal. Camila, good morning. We spoke at this time yesterday. Things had calmed a bit. What was the situation overnight, particularly with this curfew of a certain area, a relatively small area of Los Angeles, put into effect?
Hey, Willie, yeah, things calm because that curfew is still in effect for another 3 hours or so here in Los Angeles. But we did see a number of arrests after that curfew went into effect at 8 p.m. local time last night. A huge law enforcement presence, essentially getting everyone off the streets last night. And like you mentioned, Karen Bass really pointing out that L.A. is about 500 square miles, and you're only getting that curfew in about 1 square mile of this city. So that should give you some perspective as to how large these protests are in comparison to all of Los Angeles. There's been a large law enforcement presence, not just last night during the curfew, but really throughout the entire day and the last couple of days, largely made up of state officials and the local police department here. And they have been pushing protesters out of the way, essentially, when they go into the 101 freeway, for example. And we are getting an updated number of those arrests. They started out Saturday with just 27 arrests, then on Sunday 40 arrests, then on Monday 114, and then yesterday, before that curfew went into effect, they had arrested 197 people. So you're seeing those numbers increasing. We're expecting more because of that curfew, but officials saying you're not going to be able to go on the 101 highway. You're not going to be able to vandalize and create problem within the city of Los Angeles. Officials saying they're going to continue to look at tape and prosecute people, hold people accountable if they are putting that graffiti all over the streets of L.A. That's one of the biggest problems that authorities want to get a handle of, and it's why, in part, why they put this curfew in place. They're also telling protesters that if you're vandalizing and looting, you're not standing up for migrants. Those were the words of Karen Bass. And then, of course, there's this political fallout and this political fight between Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom against the president, and the two leaders here in California saying that the president has escalated this, has put fuel to this fire. And they say there are two simple reasons as to why this has escalated. One being the raids and the immigration agents going into local businesses, going into schools, for example. The governor is saying there were unmarked vehicles at a school and saying that children are afraid to go to their own graduation. And then the other aspect is, of course, the National Guard, the Marines, people on the ground here not wanting to see that, and that creating escalations and tensions here in Los Angeles. But I do want to point out that the day yesterday ended very peacefully. There was a vigil taking place with interfaith leaders and a lot of people just wanting this to be about the migrants, this to be about the central issue and not about the violence and what you're seeing when things escalate between protesters and police officers, Willie.
Camila, depending on where you get your information, you're getting two very different stories of what's happening in the streets of Los Angeles right now. Yeah. Mayor Bass, Governor Newsom saying they're mostly peaceful. There are some bad actors who, yes, are committing violence and damage, and they should be arrested and prosecuted. Everyone agrees on that, I think. But then if you watch other channels, it's chaos in the streets. And if you listen to the President of the United States, it's chaos on the streets, him seizing on a couple of clips played on a loop that he's been talking about. So you're there, you're covering these protests, you've got sources on the ground. What is the truth? What do these protests actually look like?
Yeah, there is some aspect of chaos, but it's relatively small in comparison to Los Angeles and in comparison to the protesters. You're seeing so many members of law enforcement almost in comparison to these protesters. So once these ones that want to escalate things and want to create trouble start doing so, that's when you, of course, have the cameras ready and present and capture a lot of these images that essentially get blown up and there's this narrative of LA is on fire, and it's not. That is not the case. It's a very small area. Things were getting a lot more calm and a lot more peaceful yesterday. But what Mayor Bass and Governor Gavin Newsom are saying is, yes, things are getting more peaceful, but then you start talking again about the National Guard and the Marines, and then people get angry and upset. But again, usually it is a smaller group of people in comparison to the people that are protesting peacefully and that want to get their message across. Willie.
NBC's Camila Bernal reporting for us from Los Angeles again this morning. Camila, thanks so much.